Good morning, everybody. So, yeah, I'm in the tattoo shop, and man, we really did, like I said, we got a remodel in here, and this thing looks so much better. Yeah, but that's not today's video. Today's video, I'm pretty much just going to give you guys a little follow-up to the old Brand X voltage regulator. You know, I installed it, got it working right after Josh, revised it, and I'm really happy with it so far. There's some different, like, it does seem to charge those last couple tenths of voltage on my battery a little slower than the Fat Boy did, but dude, guys, the Fat Boy, like at alternator charging in the mornings, that thing would go up to like 16.7, and then once my battery got around like the 16.1 mark, it would taper down to around the 16 volt mark, but it would charge the battery up like super fast. But I played the radio yesterday morning with both the alts on and everything, and I mean, it really wasn't getting a lot of voltage drop. It seemed like it was doing good under load. It seemed like the alternator is really putting out what they need to, so give it a thumbs up. Even though the owner is kind of a douche, I'd give it a thumbs up. Would I recommend it? I wouldn't have no problem recommended the second revision of it. Like I said, Josh, he said he designed that and kind of everything, and he really stood behind it, being the designer. And as far as the product goes, I definitely, I would recommend it. Do I think the owner's still a douche? Definitely. But hey, that's kind of to be expected, Other than that, I'm looking for this dash piece for, I don't really want to say it's a Gen 1 because the dash is different, like late 80s through 94, S10 Blazer, S10. This dash piece right here. So that dash piece, I need one that isn't broken up. Like all the screw holes are broken, like, half the trim's missing on the sides of the screw hole. So it doesn't want to stay in place in the wife's Blazer. It's really bad. So, I mean, if you got an old junk S10 Outback or a S10 Blazer, or you're headed to the old pick and pull and you happen to see one or your local pull apart or whatever, and you're not wanting a fortune to ship it to me, drop a comment down there and let me know, because I got to do some work to the wife's Blazer, and that's one of the things I want to change. Also, if you're at the old pick and pull or whatever, and I really need a wiring harness plug that plugs into the ignition switch on the steering column, that big plug like down under the dash on the steering column. Long story short, when I got the wife's Blazer, it didn't have any keys. They broke the steering column and you had to start it with pliers. I cut the plug off, threw it away on the whole car side wiring harness, the plug-in that went on the steering column. And I wired her whole Blazer up through the alarm system. So the alarm has to be disarmed, and you got to lay something in there to trip a reed switch, and then you just use buttons to start the car and everything. And it's not working out great because there's some, I guess I didn't get some connections great under there. Like her wipers work intermittently sometimes, and so does the heater blower. Whatever, guys. I screwed up. I should have went through and soldered everything, but I'd really just like to put a key ignition back in it. So I ordered that collar that goes on the steering column, where you got to take the whole column apart and put it on. I ordered an ignition. I got to get that plug, and I'd like to have the piece that goes under the dash that's broke. So whatever, if you, like I said, if you got an S10 Outback, and it's 93 or older, I'm gonna put a picture. Like I said, you see the picture of the dash piece that I need. But yeah, if you can help me out on that, drop a link down below. If not, I'll try to hit the old pick and pull maybe this weekend. I don't know if I had time or not, but I'm going to try. But anyway, that's what I got going on. I want to make the wife's blazer start with a key again. And don't roast me too bad on that old blazer, because I did tattoo for that thing. And the motor and trans in it seemed to be fine. Body wasn't terrible, you know. I mean, she needed some TLC, but I did a couple of tattoos for that old blazer. And of course, it didn't have a key to it at all. I had to change like the rear hatch lock. I had to change the door locks, and it had a tremendous transmission. It just had a lot of problems when I got it, and I fixed most of them. I just didn't know that I could actually buy a collar for 40 bucks to fix the whole steering column. So we're up to that point now. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick follow-up, guys, on that Brand X voltage regulator. I see all the comments, guys, and I'm sorry to those of you that bought like the revision 1 of that thing, or the first revision. But I do think the second revision is really good, because like I said, I got it in the video that I did the other day. I just kind of got it baseline tuned, you know, where I wanted to start at. And I drove it, you know, a little bit, and I noticed it was like hovering at the 15.9 mark. So I just went back there and tweaked it up a little bit, and you know, I got it right at 16.1-ish is where it's staying. And last night on the way home, I noticed, you know, I looked down and it was at 16.2. That's the max that I actually want to charge at. But, you know, it was dipping back and forth between 16.1, 16.2. So I think I have it at that happy spot. It was pretty easy to get everything set up to that point. And I think Josh outdid himself on revision 2 of that. I mean, I like the fact that you can adjust it without pulling the cover. The knob's a whole lot better than the first one. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good deal. All right, guys, peace out. And as always, bass on.